Welcome everybody to Fin TV 123. I do appreciate it. Thank you for joining me. Today we got 9 news stories. So I have gotten some feedback. Ligma, thank you for joining me, Ligma. I do appreciate that. First time seeing you here, joining me for the news show. Welcome. I'm just going through different gaming news stories that are coming out today. I'm hungry. Pando, you need to pipe down. So I have gotten some feedback. Some people are saying that I'm reading too much from the articles. So I'm going to start reading less from the articles, giving more opinions, and just kind of going quicker. These things, I can't have these things go on for 30, 45, 50 minutes. So I'm going to try to go a bit quicker today. And yeah, let's get into it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Remember that. Don't forget that if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. You have Twitch Prime. You have Twitch Prime. And if you have Twitch Prime, you have a free Twitch subscription, and give it to me. Lord knows I need it. One person business. So give me that subscription. We got some chats coming in already. Ligma saying that I'm doing these while he's asleep, so I gotta do them while he's awake. All right, I'll work on that. Alrighty, guys, let's get right into it. So, starting off today, we got the big story is Game Pass killing the game industry. Short story short, I don't think so, no. But anyway, let's get right into it. So story number 1, you guys. Arcane founder calls Game Pass an unsustainable model that's wrecking the industry. This is coming from Lawrence Bonk over at Engadget. So Arcane Studios founder Rafael Colantonio had some harsh words for Game Pass in a thread on X, calling it an unsustainable model that's damaging the industry. He also said that Microsoft's ability to throw infinite money at the platform will eventually wane because reality has to hit. Colantonio continued by saying Microsoft will kill everyone else or give up, and that gamers only like the service because the offer is too good to be true. He also wrote that these same players will turn on the platform when they realize the effect that these same players will turn on the platform. He's saying that they will turn on it, as in like, not use it anymore. When they quote, they realize the effects on the games, alluding that the Netflix style approach allows for underwhelming titles. So right away, I'm just going to say that we don't know if it's truly unsustainable yet. We have no way to know yet. We don't know. We don't know if it's unsustainable yet. I know that it's a great value for customers. I know that we get amazing hit games like Expedition 33 day one, which is incredible, and you just can't beat it. Which other service is giving you potential games of the year like Expedition 33? Only Game Pass is doing that. Unbeatable. If you know someone that's doing better than that, let me know, because I would love to know. No one is putting out Expedition 33 for free day one, except for Game Pass. Blueprints, Doom, oh man, so many amazing. It's such a great value with customers in mind, with consumers in mind. If something was wrong with Game Pass, if something was unsustainable, you would think that Microsoft would know already and they would do something about it. They would be cutting down, backing up their Game Pass services, but instead they're doubling down on it. They're doubling down, which shows that Game Pass is probably doing pretty good for them right now. Um, yeah, I really don't think it's having the effect that this guy is saying. I think he's exaggerating it, and I think Game Pass is pretty good, especially for consumers. All right, moving on to story number 2, you guys. We got some chats here. What is going on here? Enigma Ligma is gifting 5 tier 1 bro, what? What in the world? What is going on here? Enigma lifted gifted, you gifted 5 people subs to Dynamo, to Lord Schmeezes, Emac, Taymile, Mr. Coconut. What in the world? Wonder when he finds out. I found out, bro. Thank you so much. What in the world is going on? Scott says news anchor 8. I'm trying to. Throwaway got to add. Ligma patiently waiting for bro to notice. Noticed, bro. Oh my goodness. Throwaway is just randomly saying Balatro. Cool, Balatro. Game of the year last year. Some people's game of the year. It's not for me, but anyway, Ligma, thank you so much, bro. This is incredible. You just man, that's amazing. And there's a hype train going on now. What the heck is a hype train? I don't know, but man, thank you so much, Ligma. You stop doing that, bro. Stop. No more. Oh my goodness. Balatro was on Game Pass. Maybe that's why. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's why he's saying that. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Hey, that's another adding to the point. Exactly. Throwaway. Another game of the year for free on Game Pass. Incredible. I got a hype chest. I'm opening it. Batter up emote. Share. Whatever that is. Man, thank you so much, Ligma. MVP, GOAT. GOAT is Ligma. Let's go, bro. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. That was amazing. You just made my day, bro. Hell yeah. All right, let me gather myself here. Let's continue on with these stories. I'm kind of a hero. What more can I say? You are, Ligma. You truly are. Thank you so much, bro. All right, so moving on to story number 2, you guys. Giving me cherry eyes, Ligma. All right, so Ligma said, had to make up for the Marvel Rivals hater that you had. Thanks, bro. So many haters. You don't got to do that, bro. I deal with so many of them. All right, so let's move on to story number 2, you guys. The Last of Us Part 2 can now rob you of its most brutal moment. This is coming from Jermaine Lucier over at Gizmodo. So for those who may not know the context here, The Last of Us Part 2 and the TV adaptation so far starts with a woman named Abby killing Joel, one of the main characters in the first game. In the game, you then play primarily as Ellie, Joel's almost daughter, who goes on to hunt Abby. But once the two finally meet again, the game flips back in time and you're forced to play as Abby. It's an uncomfortable moment to become the villain, but as the game moves along, that conflict becomes the point. We start to see Abby as less of a villain and more of a hero. So, if you didn't understand even that, let me put it in my own words now. The Last of Us, the game, part 2, and season 2, the show, they both followed the same kind of story arc where you're following Joel and Ellie um for in the show the entirety of season 2, and in the game you're following Joel and Ellie the entirety of the first half of the game. And now they're adding an update to the game where instead of following Joel and Ellie and then going back in time and following Abby and her lead up to their confrontation, it's all going in one straight order. It's really not a big deal. It's just another way to experience the story. I say first you're going to want to complete it the way that it was released, how they intended it, and then if you really want to experience it a new way, play it the new updated way. Not that big a deal. All right. So, moving on. Let's see what chats we got here. Ligma says, Last of Us Part 2, my favorite game that's been re-released 6 times, right? I've never played it. I've seen plenty of gameplay, and I absolutely love the show, season 1 and 2, but I've never actually played it myself. They timed the Switch super poorly. Interesting. Scott says the game looks amazing. It does. The gameplay is like really cool. It's really cool to watch. Ligma says, I feel like that ruins the way the story because it spoils Abby, in my opinion. Yeah. It totally changes it and ruins like the plot, the twist. But yeah, I'd say that the first way to play it is going to be the original way. And then if you want to play it chronological, for some reason, if you want that, go ahead. All right, moving on to story number 3, you guys. Stop killing games. Okay, so there is a petition called Stop Killing Games that is trying to have developers stop killing games. Kind of like what happened with Anthem, how people bought this game, Anthem, and then they just yoinked it from the servers, and now it's just unplayable. You bought this game, and now it's unplayable because they took it from you. So Stop Killing Games, the European petition, has got a response from Video Games Europe. The response, this is part of the response. I'm just going to read this little excerpt. It goes, we appreciate the passion of our community. However, the decision to discontinue online services is multifaceted, never taken lightly, and must be an option for companies when an online experience is no longer commercially viable, the organization said. We understand that it can be disappointing for players, but when it does happen, the industry ensures that players are given fair notice of their prospective changes in compliance with local consumer protection laws. That's what they said. So it does not look good for, video games are going to continue to die. Games that you pay for are going to continue to die and be yoinked. But I also don't see it as the end of the world, the biggest deal ever, because usually these games that are being yoinked, they're not really relevant anymore. Was Anthem relevant? Did anybody care about Anthem? Let's be honest. I had like one friend that tried out Anthem, and man, it's like these games that are being yoinked, they're not very they're just not relevant. But there is fans, there's people that really liked these games, and I get it. It sucks that that's happening. That for gaming preservation, preserving games for history, oh man, that's detrimental. It's horrible. But it's also like, it's not, I don't think it's the end of the world. I think that the games mostly affected are going to be, games as a service, the Fortnite, the Fortnites that didn't take off, moving on to story 4. Any chats here? Throwaway says me. Throwaway says that Anthem was mid. Throwaway says Anthem was cool for like 14 minutes and then you uninstalled it. Hey, exactly. These are the kinds of games that are being yoinked. It sucks though. It does suck. Okay, moving on, you guys. We got story number 4. Less than 20% of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4's soundtrack is made up of songs from the original games. This is coming from Jordan Middler over at VGC. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 soundtrack contains just 10 songs from the original 2 games, compared to the 54 new tracks according to VGC analysis. Tony Hawk previously claimed that the decision not to bring back many classic songs from the upcoming Pro Skater 3-4 soundtrack was his, after some fans expressed disappointment over the revealed track list. Commenting on Instagram, Tony Hawk claimed that he personally decided to introduce a mix of new and classic tracks from Pro Skater 3 and 4, stating that he hoped players would enjoy discovering new music as with the original games. Quote, "It was my choice to pick some different songs by the same artist featured in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3-4 original soundtrack," he wrote. "I'm hoping that discovery is half the fun and a big reason that these soundtracks resonated in the first place. So listen and enjoy the ride. More to come, both old and new." Totally not a big deal. I personally love discovering new music, and I love video games that have great music in them. So I'm all for Tony Hawk Pro Skater introducing me to great new music. Awesome. So what? Some of the old songs aren't there. Oh well. All right, moving on, you guys. Any chats here? Let's see. And Ligma says, like, paladins and shit, you mean by unpopular life? Yeah, exactly. All I care about is Goldfinger, Superman. I'm a sucker for nostalgia bait, though. Well, me too. Ligma says, I swear this is not that crazy of an issue. Sure, the music is different, but these games are for different age of people now, right? Exactly. Throwaway says, not me. I don't want to learn to love something new. Yeah, and I get that. I think that's a lot of the sentiment is like, just give me the old music. And I get it too. I get that. All right, moving on, you guys. So we got story number 5. We got Ghost of Yotai State of Play announced for July 10th at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern time, with almost 20 minutes of new gameplay. Yeah, that's all. That's the news. Just they announced that they're gonna do a state of play for the new Ghost of Yotai. I don't need to see any more. I'm sold. This game looks incredible. It looks like it's gonna be just as great as the first one. So I don't need to see more, but if you wanted to see more, there you go. Moving on, you guys. Any chats here? Ligma says, whatever Tony Hawk says, I trust. And you know what? I kind of agree with you. The fact that Tony Hawk himself is like taking the blame. He's like, hey, I decided to do, that's like a green sign. That's a green flag. It's like, you know what? That's good. I totally trust him. Oh, did you hear Dead by Daylight is going to have a free play weekend soon? Hey, coming from Ligma. Dead by Daylight is going to have a free to play weekend. Let me look it up really quick. Free play weekend. Free play weekend for Dead by Daylight. You would think it says the date really big here. Is it this weekend? This weekend. Okay, yeah. So this weekend, play Dead by Daylight for free. That's cool. Very nice. Ghostface, Ligma says Ghostface was my favorite PlayStation exclusive since Uncharted games. Okay, okay. Oh, Ghostface. I read that wrong. Ghost was my favorite PlayStation exclusive since Uncharted games. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima was really good. Ligma says end of June, maybe. Okay, okay. I think I read this weekend. That's what I think I read. I should try it. Yeah, I played Ghost of Tsushima on PS4. It was really good. I loved it. Moving on, you guys. So we got story number 6. In a fresh twist, Romero Games denies it's closed and says publishers could yet save its first-person shooter. This is coming from Andy Robinson over at VGC. In a newly published statement addressing the studio status, Romero Games has denied that it has closed its doors and stated that it has been contacted by several publishers who could yet save its unannounced project. Quote, we want to address recent reports regarding the status of Romero Games, it said. These reports have contained inaccuracies and we feel it's important to set the record straight. The funding for our project was pooled and our game was canceled due to confidentiality agreements. We cannot disclose a publisher's identity, though some may infer it from public information. He's saying that they can't officially state it, but based on everything going around, aka the Microsoft layoffs of 9,000 fucking people, you can kind of infer that they're the publisher that pooled the publishing for their game. So the funding for our project was pooled and our game was canceled. Due to confidentiality agreements, we cannot disclose the publisher's identity, though some may infer it from public information, aka Microsoft. As a result, we now have to reassess the entire staffing of our studio. End quote. The statement continues. Romero Games is not closed, and we are doing everything in our power to ensure that it does not come to that. Any suggestions otherwise is factually incorrect. Indeed, we were in the studio today to discuss next steps with the team. So it sounds like the FPS is not fully yoinked and canceled. They can still find publishing elsewhere. So that is very good, slightly confusing, but good to hear for Romero Games, the original publishers of the Doom games, if I remember correctly. Moving on, we have small news. The next 3 stories we're gonna zoom by. They're super quick, and then we're done. We're out of here. I might actually play a game. I might not just end the stream right away. I might play a game. We'll see. So story number 7, you guys, we're gonna go right through these. We got Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate includes 90-day Walmart Plus. I think we have some chat. Sorry. Microsoft layoffs fucked up a lot of people, unfortunately. Oh fuck yeah, they did, man. Ligma loves small news. Hell yeah. Scott says you should just record these on YouTube, release them there to gain more viewers. I have been, bro. I thought you saw haven't you seen my YouTube channel? All of these I record all these and they're being put on YouTube. All of this is going to be on YouTube. And not only that, I'm going to be clipping parts out and putting the shorts onto YouTube. If you haven't seen them, go check it out. All this is on YouTube. And if YouTube doesn't have ads, so it's kind of a loophole. But then you don't get to watch it live and you don't get to interact with me. So, no ads, but you don't get to interact with me. So it's kind of cool that you guys get to chat. And so like when I upload this to YouTube, all the live interaction is on YouTube. So that's pretty cool. I think that's cool. Soonfin gonna pay me for, hey man. You never know, because editing is kind of that's why I do it this style, because I don't have to edit. If when I do it this style, I'm streaming and recording at the same time, and I just upload it straight there. All I'm editing is clips, and clips are really pretty easy to do. Yeah, Scott don't got ads no more. All right. Anyway, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate includes 90-day trial for Walmart Plus. That's cool. I'm gonna try out Walmart Plus to get some free grocery deliveries. Why not? Story number 8, we got Dune 3 officially gets a new title. Drum roll. You guys ready for this? Dune 3 is going to be called Dune Part 3. Nice. And then last story of the day, you guys. Helldivers 2 community manager Baskinator shuts down a user, confirming that Game Pass is confirming that Helldivers 2 is absolutely not coming to Game Pass. So yes, it's coming to Xbox, but it will not be on Game Pass. You're gonna have to spend $40 on Helldivers. I'm considering it. Cool. That's the end of the news, you guys. That's it. Hell yeah. Thank you for joining me, everybody. I really do appreciate that. Like, subscribe, do all that. Don't forget that if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. And give me your subscription, because if you have Amazon Prime, you have a Twitch subscription, and give it to me. I need it because I'm a one-person business. All right. Any last minute chats? Scott doesn't mind it too much. Or no, Ligma doesn't mind it. Ligma working on editing my first video. Hell yeah, bro. Love to hear that. Hell yeah. Ligma, nothing wrong with it coming to Game Pass. I mean, it is a yeah, totally. If it comes to Game Pass, I'll be playing it for sure. The fact that I have to pay for it, no, I don't know if I'm gonna play it or not. Throw away, keep the news go. There's no more news, bro. That's it. Ligma, dang, no game. I'm thinking about it. I'm just ending the YouTube video. Like, subscribe, everybody. Don't forget that if you have Twitch Prime, don't forget that if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. All right. Stopping recording now.